Hey, this is Jay Spivey with Respect the View podcast. Hey, if you're interested in listening to a man speak on his views on parenthood, relationships, and understanding of life, then you're tuned into the right frequency. I'll be dropping a podcast twice a week, alright? You can check out my website and sign up for my email list at the bottom of the homepage to stay updated with all my latest podcasts. If you're interested in booking an interview with me, all you got to do is email me and then book a slot on my booking page. Hey, I appreciate you listening. Now let's get to the good stuff. Rising. It's your boy Jay Spivey. I want to just get up this morning and talk about the possibilities of your life, of my life, honestly. Like I remember yesterday I was speaking on energy, how I feel, more amazing now. I've been on semen retention for a couple months now. I'm tying that into kind of me rejuvenating my energy. They say it takes about 3 months for your sperm to fully develop and reach like full maturity. And what that actually does to the body is it enhances it. It's like we have our own special elixir. So when they talk about nasty stuff when it comes to our semen, it's pretty funny, but it's actually extremely powerful. They say it could be just like somebody taking daily vitamins. What I just want to talk about is me getting back in my dominant alpha frame shape. And what I just mean by that, I know I'm just being extra with the words. I used to train every single day, 5-6 times a week, 5-6 days out the week. And that's why I'm like, remember I told you after my surgeries, I feel like I lost a lot of, I don't know if it was testosterone. I don't really know what it is, but that's the good thing about our amazing bodies is that we're healers. Yeah, I'm okay with saying that. We're all healers, right? Like you can heal yourself. Like I definitely say I can heal myself. I feel I am that powerful. So it's like, since the losing of the meat, since the refreshing energy, being to myself for a while, not utilizing my energy, not just jerking it off, not touching myself, you know what I mean? I feel amazing. So I'm like, all right, what do I need to get done? And that's when I'm just like, I just love basketball, not like for competitive reasons. It was just like, I just remember loving the game, rest in peace to Kobe. Legend Kobe Bryant, right? Birthday is on the 23rd of August, shout out to him. He the one that really got me into basketball. And I just got a love for it. So it's like my love for basketball is more in the training aspect. I love seeing kids get better. I remember when I was trash. I remember when I wasn't good. And then I remember when people started taking notice that I actually had some skill. I put in that work though. You know what I mean? I didn't start off like that. Like I was a bum and then I turned myself into something. But then by the time that happened, I got hurt. And then, like I said, I spent the last 5-6 years struggling, trying to find myself. Probably should have went to therapy. I was gaslighted by a couple, by one specific adult, by a coach of mine. But I guess as a side note, a lot of these males in the basketball world or sports realm, I guess you would say, like all their intentions aren't always good. That's why I always just like being a trainer instead of like a coach, because some of these kids, sports, it'd be their whole life. You know what I mean? Like not their whole life, but it'd be their escape. That's what they love to do. And I'm not knocking that because it was one of my escapes. You know what I mean? But it's like you have an adult that think he know what he's talking about. I noticed that black men don't steer away from each other just because. Like, if somebody in the community don't like you, or just say they decide not to rock with you, or they don't want you at their tournament, it's an energy. It's something that you're giving off that other people don't like. Now, like I said, I know that doesn't go for all thing, like for everything. I was really young maneuvering through a lot of these places when I was coaching, and I know a lot of these people, and these people knew me. I was the brother walking around with his siblings. Like they thought it was my kids as much as I had my brother and my sister. It's just crazy because, not knowing not knowing the history or the background of some of these people can definitely hurt you, or, hurt who's connected to you. And that's why I always was trying to get my brother in a really good situation, you know what I mean? And it was kind of a lot of my life issues or situations that kind of hurt some of his stuff in a sense. But like, I was always just trying to lay the foundation down. So I didn't know if he was going to be able to keep up with the work ethic. But I knew, good players, and you surround yourself with good players, and if they work hard, you know what I mean? I always was the hard-working one. That's the one thing I did love about my coaches. He taught me what hard work is. So I knew what it wasn't. I knew when I didn't see it. I knew when you wasn't really a hustler. I knew when you wasn't really a grinder. But, that's at the same token, that's like, I don't know if that's the Virgo in me, because I listen to a lot of Kobe interviews, and he speaks the same sentiments that I would speak. And that's why I'm not the greatest. And that's why I don't have that, that's why I'm like, I'm still trying to find that one thing that I'm killer at. And I'm searching through life to find that. I'm completely fine with that. But I know.
What's good, people? It's Jay Spivey. So if you haven't heard, there's this amazing app, and it's the easiest way for you to make your podcast. And it's free. All right, so let me explain. It has all the creative tools that allow you to edit your podcast the right way, right from your phone or your computer. And it allows you to distribute your podcast to all the major platforms like Apple and Spotify and many, many more. All right? You can literally make money with little to no listeners. Like, how dope is that? All you got to do is go to anchor.fm to get started. Go check it out.
At a young age, I remember when I could have started playing basketball in elementary school. And and the funny thing is, I remember, like, like the Parks and Rec, they was like, yeah, all we need is your birth certificate. Like, and like, I didn't really know what that meant. And I wasn't the kid, like, I was really introverted. Like, my life wasn't really that good. If my mom didn't put me in it, it wasn't like I was going to go home and ask about my birth certificate, because I thought the dude was trying to steal my identity or something, talking about my birth certificate. So I had no idea. But, like, I was always running around with the kids. I was always playing sports, but I never could figure out why I never really wanted to, like, gravitate towards a team. And because, I went to middle school, like elementary school, middle school, and high school with some of these kids, and they played sports the whole time. And then I jumped in, 9th, 10th grade, was like, oh, what's up? I'm playing basketball. And I was like, bro, like, I've known you for like forever, and you just now playing, like, So it was just like, I never really understood why, at all. But a lot of my peers around those times, they've been playing sports since they was kids. And then there was me, like, I probably said a little bit about it on my first podcast and laughed it off. Like, my childhood wasn't the best. So it was just like, it was really trashy, to be honest with you. I didn't even have the courage to have a lot of friends, now that I think about it. And that, like, damn, this is quickly going into, like, kind of digging through your past, like I said, on some occasions, on other things, and trying to find an understanding in your childhood so you can see where the hurt is. And that's where a lot of my hurt relies, that I had to dig through. And I still dig through it almost, weekly, and shed a tear and, forgive myself, think about it, because it was actually really difficult. I apologize if it sounds like I'm getting kind of, my voice is changing, but it was definitely interesting. That's when, like, it was crazy, because just like as soon as I found love for the game, it was kind of like taken away from me. And I definitely could have put myself in a position to get back there. But by this time, I'm 17. I graduated at 17 too. So I was 17 my whole senior year, right? So by the time I get to college, I gotta have surgery. I have surgery when I turn 18. But I'm technically a grown man now. Like, I gotta work. I gotta go to school. I gotta save money. You know what I mean? I gotta do adult shit. So I remember seeing like those people that I was just like, hey, be grateful if you was able to just focus on school or focus on the thing that you really love to do, where your parents were able to give you that. Everybody didn't have that, you know? And I was definitely, still am. I'm trying to give my brother that, but then it's like, we don't have the same passion level for stuff. So just think like, it's not my son. It's like, you trying to, subscribe to somebody's future, or, or like help them, push them forward, so then they don't have the same issues that you had. And it's like, they don't take those opportunities. You'll notice it's like they rather learn themselves. So it kind of sucks sometimes, because it's just like, as an older brother, that's what I'm like, what, 10 years older than my brother. I was just like, bro, like, I'm gonna make sure I get you there, but if you don't put in the work, it don't matter what the fuck I do for you. I promise you, it doesn't matter. And I was speaking to my dad about some of this stuff, and it was just like, our blood matters. Like, like in a, I guess, an aggressive male sense, it'll be like, man, you got bitch in your blood. You not really a real nigga like you think you are. You got bitch in your blood. You don't run with the killers. Like, it's rough, because I was that pit bull. I stayed to myself, and I noticed people didn't really fuck with me. I was easily able to defend myself, and I was cool with that. Like, you know what I mean? You can joke around a little bit, but that's what I'm saying. Like, like when I was shorter, you know what I mean? You had them big ass motherfuckers that be like 6'2", and it seemed really intimidating, when you a kid, and like, they really be walking around with their insecurities too. Like, then when you get older and you see them, and it's just like, damn, like, your life is really shit. Like, and so it's like, it's crazy, because I used to get the type of picked on that happened to me. Like, it was like a lot of girls that I got picked on. I got kicked in my balls, or like they would say some, like I said some harassing to them. Like, and this was like a lot when I was younger. I definitely was exposed to a lot of shit that I shouldn't have been exposed to. That's why I'm okay with keeping my eyes on my child now. I was exposed to a lot of crazy shit. It definitely didn't help. Like, my mom was so distant and not really talkative, and then that my father was gone. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it didn't breed the best environment for me. I came out all right, but it was a lot of situations that happened that I was like, you know what I mean? If, like, that's what I'm saying. I'm not knocking my mom's. Like, you know what I mean? She did the best she could, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't, I wasn't in the best environment. That's I guess this is the next little thing. It's like, I said it on a post on Facebook, and I was just like you not talking to your kids is not, you know what I mean? It's not helping them in any way, shape, or form. Like, and like, if I go personally, what I'm trying to say with that, and sorry, Mom, if you listening, not even sorry, like, if you listening, whatever, I guess, I still love you. No shade. I wish my mama would have told me about these hoes. She didn't give me enough information. She didn't give me the guide. She didn't give me the playbook. I already didn't have my father there. You know what I mean? He was able to re-enter my life when I was, about 15 and a half, 15 turning 16, like around that time. And it wasn't, that's what I'm saying, school, I wasn't really able to focus in school at that point. You know what I mean? Like, I had girls in my face, but I was still a virgin. So I was focused on basketball. It wasn't too much stuff, like, that I cared about. Like, I actually cared about basketball more than I cared about going to school. But I wasn't even that good, you know what I mean? I didn't practice like I really should have. So it was just funny. It was just like, I definitely could have went harder, but like I said, like, I was, like, my environment, like, I wasn't able to defeat it. I wasn't able to to make it past some of those hurdles. Like, and that's why, like, you know, like I said earlier, it's dope when your parents can put you in a position to where you can focus on stuff, or they have their life together enough to allow their child to actually do something and be consistent in it. And that's why I just, so you know, I apologize to my kids, because it's just like, yeah, it's not, I don't think this is cool. Like, you know what I mean? I'm okay with being a father, but I don't think this shit is cool. Like, and this isn't like I said, this is no knock. This is just understanding. But then it's like, I made this bed. Like, you know what I mean? I gotta lie in that shit. It's like, damn, I definitely wish I would have been able to, like, focus. You know what I mean? Because I was pretty decent. I was, you know, I was athletic. I probably wasn't the tallest, but I was strong. Like, that's like my sophomore year. My sophomore year was really my first year playing organized basketball. And people would be like, what? You know what I mean? I was like, I didn't have that much time. So shout out to my coach Jesse, from fucking back in the day. That was Hoop Squad. Not Hoop Squad, that was Coach Eric with Brandon. I used to play for Open Gym when Open Gym wasn't even the massive Open Gym. And you know, I was under the wing of Coach Jesse. I was actually, that's what I'm saying, I actually was mentored by a really good individual at the time, and then he turned out to be kind of trash. Taught me my work ethic, and then I went out there and I was doing my thug thizzle, and that's when I was probably, it was only like 3 black kids on my team, you know, and I was one of them. And shout out to my friend's mom. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not interested in putting names in this, like, but I know who I'm talking about, so I'll just leave it at that. But like, I had one of my friend's moms, like, I don't even know if she spoke to my mom about the basketball stuff, but when we got invited to play, I don't remember, you know, so I'm like, she probably could have talked to my mom. I have no idea still to this day, but we was out there playing. We was looking pretty good. That's when, like, I was putting up numbers. I just needed, if I would have had the time, you know what I mean? If I would have had the time, I would have been able to mold myself into an amazing player. They were trying to, you know, they pretty much let both of us play. And like, you know, the monthly was only like, that's what I'm like, I guess it was like a 2-for-1, which was really dope. And that's what I'm saying. I don't even know if his mom and my mom ever got a chance to even speak about it as much as I played, because that's like, at 7, I was pretty much like, at a certain point, I stopped going home. I was packing my bags like for a week, and I was staying over his house. Like, I wasn't even going home. I was at his house with his mom, and we was training, and you know, we was just doing our basketball thing. So that's like, I have no idea still to this day, but I thank her. Like, she was just a blessing. And, you know, I just love her to death. That's what I'm saying. I just can't give her enough praise. Like, she was just an amazing woman. Like, his family is amazing. Like, and this is just one of my boys from high school. And that's why I don't even talk to him that much. I think last time I talked to him, it was about my brother. And I was just telling him, like, yeah, I transferred him, but like, he ain't got that work ethic. And that's, remember, I said a little earlier, it's crazy because it's like, you know, you be wanting the best for somebody, and that's like, they your family. And I know some of my soul crew can feel me when I say that. It's like, you be wanting the best for somebody, but you can't do it for them. You know what I mean? You know, I spoke about this with some of my people, but you can't do it for them. You can't. There's no way to put your drive and your emotional stability on a situation and, you know, your mindset onto somebody else. Like, you can just express it, you know what I mean? And hopefully they understand and be able to absorb it. But it's definitely not there. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not even interested in forcing my kids to do stuff. I told Nicole, I told my daughter, I was just like, I'm not going to force you to play a sport, but you're going to be doing something until a certain age. You know what I mean? That's why I'm just trying to get the stability to be able to give my daughter that. Like, she could easily play basketball. I haven't even reached out to my coach yet, to their coach yet. I've been trying to get myself together. I think I was on the phone with a young lady the other day, and I was telling her, I was just like, how many times do you plan on restarting? Like, how many times do you want to restart? And it's like, and I was going, speaking on it through a personal level. I had to restart my life so much, and people don't get the opportunity to do that. That's what I'm saying. Like, this world is cold, for the suicide rates to be so high in the black community, and then people say they focus on mental health. I don't really think all of that is true. People don't really be focused on it. And that's what I'm saying. Me being the age I am, I found my peace in being around the coaches and the people in my basketball community, because them is the only dads that I was ever really around. I was always around old souls. So when it came to me being friends with these niggas that was my age when I was younger, it didn't click. Like, that's what I'm saying. Unless I was like hooping or something, it didn't click. You'll notice like who your real friends are. And it's like these are conversations I feel like we need to be having with kids early on. And I know some parents do. And I just feel like mine wasn't the one that was trying to put me up on game. I definitely had to learn. Through me learning, that's what I'm saying. I feel like it was stuff still not said to me. Like, it could have definitely been like, hey, son, what's going on? Like, we need to have an open, dialogue and conversation about some of this stuff. What's going on with you and girls? What's going on with you and this? What's going on with you and this? And my black ass had a whole pregnancy scare and doesn't like, so I don't even want to get into this because, like, I know people listening now, which is funny. It's like, I almost told my mama, that's what I'm saying. I don't even know if it was true or not. That's what I'm not about to get into it. The people that know how to talk, I sound like I'm all over the place, so I'm trying not to do that. Man, but life is a roller coaster, man. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I try to even talk to my brother now, about some stuff, even though I'll notice that he really don't want to hear it. Or so I plan on being brutally honest with my kids, even though I know it's stuff they really don't want to hear. This world is fucking evil and crazy. If you don't tell your kids what the fuck is going on, man, and you let them walk up into a fucking massive fire, that's what I'm saying. Like, where do you think these generational things happen, where it's like, damn, my daughter is 16 and pregnant, maybe I should have talked to her. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was, or my, or grandma was. And that's when it's like, when is it going to get to the point where we break that line to where we notice the shit? That's what I'm saying. I noticed that, that's what I'm here for. And that's what I'm going to bring the conversation straight to the fucking forefront, because this shit is so difficult. We sitting here like our kids is just going to know. It's just a lot. That's what I'm like, this whole episode started off as one thing, and then it just went down a hole. This is supposed to be how I was going to start training again, so I could see where I can get at, just as far as myself personally in basketball. Remember, I got a goal. I want to be able to dunk between my legs because I never done it before. That's what I'm saying. And I just want to be smooth on the court. Like, I just want to be able to hoop. Let me be able to run up and down. Sure, I got a little skill. That's all I want. That's all I want to talk about. And it geared into a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, I'm probably gonna start training again. I love that aspect of the game. I really love it. I just wanna That's why I just want to do things that I love. That's what I'm saying. That training is definitely something that I love to do. It's very fulfilling for me. But you know, it's nothing like being on the court. It's nothing like playing. You know, it's like niggas trash talk all the time. You know what I mean? Like it's fun being a competitive male and knowing you can put in the work to really do some shit. Like, it's a lot of people that talk a lot of hoorah, but they don't really know how to do nothing. And that's when, like, it'll be nice to get back to the day. That's when, like, maybe not like straight street brawls, but like niggas definitely need to put on the gloves a little bit more. Like, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. And it'll shut a lot of niggas up. I mean, I said it before. That's what I'm saying. I don't really like a lot of shit in this world. So I get money is a thing, but, you know, and I get, like, you'll be homeless without it and shit. That's why I want to move back to the motherland, but bump all that. Like, I don't give a fuck about your degree. That's when, like, school is cool. That's when I remember when I wanted to be a physical therapist, but like, your education level definitely doesn't define your true intelligence on what the fuck is going on in this world. You know, it took me a while to kind of realize that. You know what I mean? Like, I remember, like, not being in the best classes in high school and stuff like that. And that's like, but I also remember it was the fact that I didn't try. I wasn't really attached to school like that. Like, low-key, I was just there to be there. God helped me graduate. Real talk. I had other females doing my homework. Damn, life is crazy. But yeah, I just wanted to get that off my chest. I'm trying to talk every day, so who knows if I'll drop it or not. But I guess if you're hearing this, then I dropped it. I'm out.